Right Fashion Academy YouTube channel for another interesting tutorial. So as you can see right there on the thumbnail, I'll be showing you how to make this cape perfectly. So for a perfect drafting of this cape, you need your front bodice pattern. So what I have here is front, and you also need your back bodice pattern. Okay, so we are going to draft right on top of these two to achieve that cape. Then later we can trace it out. So I'll just take out the back bodice pattern. So for my front bodice, I have my shoulder and I have my chest line, my bust point line, and my waistline. So these are the lines needed for this particular cape drafting. Unless you want to make it a bustier, you can go ahead and introduce your under bust bustier. So what I have here is 3 by 3. Okay, 3 by 3. I just need the neckline very close, like a turtleneck with cape. Okay, but if you want it wider, you can go ahead and use your bust divide by 12. So right now our concentration is on the building of this cape before we can go ahead and make the back. So to build this cape, it depends on how big you want the cape to be. Okay, if you want the cape to extend more, that is outside the shoulder line, if you want it to rest on the shoulder line, is by choice, is your design. So I will want the cape to rest just like it is on the thumbnail on the shoulder line. So first you have to draft your full bodice pattern, as you can see, because the cape we have there is asymmetric. So what I have here is my center front. I'll just use dotted lines to make them, but I believe you understand this is the center front. And from this center front right now, I'm going to mark out on my chest line my bust span. So my bust span, which I'm working with here, is 3.5. So if you wish, you can use your bust span to create this cape. If you wish, you can also extend. So here I will be using my bust span, just my bust span. So from this bust span line, from the center front, I'll just get to this point and I'll extend by 1.5. So the extension of my cape here is 1.5 from the chest line. So now it's time for us to start creating the cape we have on the left side. So if you notice, the cape we have on the left side is different from what we have on the right hand side. So now from this point I have 4.5. I'll just be marking out my 4.5 at interval. As I'm getting to the center front, I'll start marking my cape at 5.5. I'll start marking my cape at 6.5. I'll start marking my cape at 7 inches. Okay, so we've already gotten to the point that we need the cape to point to. So I'll come in with my pattern ruler, anyone that can give me that shape on the points. If not, I would have said, if your pattern ruler cannot give you and you are good at freehands, you can freehand it as well. So from that point I pointed, I marked out. I'll just follow the points. Can you see? So following the points, I need another curve ruler. Another curve ruler to do what? To blend this for me. So if I don't have any curve ruler that will blend this for me, then that means I'm going to freehand that part. But I will just try my best with the pattern rulers I have. I think what I have here gives me what I want on that. So when I'm cutting it, I will also blend it more. So this is the part of this cape which has been built. So from here, I'm going to do what? Mark out the shorter cape. So this shorter cape, I would love to work with it because the length of what I have from here to this point is 8.5. So it's shorter So I'll just take off 5 inches and I'll have it at 3.5. So I'll start marking again my 3.5, but this time around I'm considering what I have on the shoulder seam line. So I'll just come to the shoulder seam line. I need the cape at 3. Let me do 3, and from that 3 I'll be marking 3, but the center front line will give us, we'll have it at 3.5. So I'll come back with my pattern ruler again, and I'm going to do this. Okay, so what I'm doing is just joining the points, that's all. Okay, so once I've joined, so I call this cape 1, I call this cape number 2, as you can see right there. Okay, so I have my front cape ready, and I'll be using what I have here to draft my back cape. So but before I do anything on this cape, please, this is the main bodice pattern. Whether you are making a bustier to it, you can go ahead after marking out your cape, you can go ahead and create your bustier pattern as you know. If you want it plain as it is on the thumbnail, you can just go ahead and cut, but the purpose of this tutorial is this cape. So you can see me place my pattern now, and I want to start creating this cape accordingly. So if I'm creating this cape, this is what I'm going to do. I'll just follow my lines accordingly. I'll just keep following the lines accordingly. Then what I have here is the neck line, and I can equally bring in my pattern ruler, which helped me to get the shape of the cape. So here is very important you follow what you have on the cape. Alright, so that is that front cape 1. Okay, cape 1, that is what I'm going to name it. So I will now draft, or I'm going to trace out cape 2. So this is my cape number 2. I'll just go into the neckline to that point, then I'll take it to here, and then I'm just trying to get my pattern the way it is on the paper. So here is my shoulder, and this is the center front. This is my center front. So please make sure you have all of that. So I'm going to cut this cape off camera. Okay, then I'll bring it back for you. So but before I cut that cape right now, I'm going to draft the cape for the back using the front cape. So to achieve that, I'll simply go ahead and cut my bodice pattern, because that is what we are using to grab this cape. So I'm cutting my bodice pattern on the neckline. Alright, so once that is done, the next thing we want to do is to bring the back pattern. Okay, so the back pattern, as usual, we are going to fuse them together. We'll have a continuation of this to the center back. We'll also fuse it together on the part to have exactly what we are looking for. So I'll come in with my adhesive right now, and I'm going to join shoulder seam lines to shoulder seam line together. So your shoulder seam lines has to match. You can see the one I have here is matching already for me. Okay, so here is matching already for me. So note that there will be a zipper here. There will be a zipper here. So if you are going to have a zipper, because in the front there is no zipper, and there's no way you can wear this dress without a zip. So make sure you contour your back zipper line. Your back zipper line, this is the center front. From here, I'll come in by 0.75. From here, another 0.75. And I'm going to place my pattern ruler to the neckline as we usually do on both sides. Okay, so make sure you replace what you have. So our new measurement for the waistline right now will start from the contour line, because all of this we are cutting it out. So from here I measure my waist divide by 4, and from here I measure my waist divide by 4. So what that means for me is this, that I'm going to place my pattern ruler to create my new waist line. So this is my new waist line. Okay, so that is it. And it's time to create our cape. So this is our cape, and we are using front cape to build back cape. So cape depends on how you want to style your cape. Okay, if you wish, you can do 5 inches to style your cape. 5 inches to style your cape. As you are coming in, what we have here is 4.5. You can come in here with 4.5. You know how we did it. So it's all your choice, is your design. So I'll just come in with my pattern ruler and connect the points I have. So you can also go round, okay, by building your cape at the same 4.5. So you can go ahead and do 4.5, 4.5, 4.5. For me, I think the 5 inches I started with is okay. So on the center line, 5 inches, 5 inches, 5 inches. Then I can start reducing at 4 inches. So let me just connect the points I have right here. I don't actually have a good the ruler I have here will not be able to make this what I want for me. So I'll just go ahead, because I know what I want to do and I have it right on my head. So I'll just go ahead. Can you see? So the cape runs and overlaps at the center back for this part. So we've gotten the cape, and we'll call this cape 3 right now, because that is the back cape and this is the center back. I can take off this one gently, because that is your basic bodice for this dress before the cape. So after that is done, I can now come back and apply either my adhesive or seal tape. Okay, so you can use a seal tape also after, so you can easily remove it. So this is it. I'll just come in here, as you can see, and match it up as well. So once this is done, I'll come again and start building. Remember, my cape right here is at 3 inches. Shoulder seam line should be equal. Note. So from here, 3 inches. I'll just be measuring by 3 inches. I'll start increasing it 3.5 or 4 inches, just to meet what I have here. Okay, so like I said, they have to meet at each point, unless you have another design for your cape. So you can make it go this way. Can you see? So you see your cape looking beautiful and nice with the zipper at the back right there. So I'll come back with my pepper. I call this C4 once again. Okay, so I'll come back with my pepper. I can take off this because I'm done. You can take it off gently. Then go ahead and trace out. So I'm tracing out everything I did here, and I think I'm seeing them right away. So just go ahead at this point, and I think this is the line for, okay, let me just trace this one first. C4. So when you are tracing, please be careful. Be careful you have your cape traced out according to the lines. Okay, center, back, and this is C4. This is shoulder line. So I'll come back to this one. Okay. Okay, so this is center, back again, and this is C3, and this is the shoulder line. So we are done, and that is how the cape looks like. So I'm going to cut out all of this right now. I'll do that off camera, and I'll bring it back for you to see. So the pattern for the back goes this way. Remember, it has no we have no darts to either of the back or the front, but that does not mean you will not add your dart if you want. If you want to make a bust here, all you are going to do is just pick up this pattern, draft your what you want inside it, as you can see, and bring the cape and attach to the neckline, and that is all you need. So for the sake of this cape drafting, I'm not separating the zipper, but note that the zipper has to be cut from these lines. Okay, when you are cutting this pattern, this is B1, this is B2, the zipper has to be cut on this line. You can see the line I'm marking now. Okay, so you know how to do. Just you cut on this and cut on this. This part will be thrown away, we don't need it. So I'll quickly cut out my patterns right now so you see what we have for our cape. Alright, so I've gone ahead to trace it out. So this is what you will be having on the cape for the front, for the back, sorry. So I'm just putting it together for you to see. This is where we'll have our zipper. Okay, so the zipper is going to lay at that point. So this is it for the back, and this is it for the front. So you have to also place your trace patterns to be sure you have them right there. Okay, so this is it. So I'll take off the patterns of the cape now, and I'll begin to put them together. So I'm going to arrange them, put them together accordingly. Okay, so this part is going to be separate when sewing it, and I'll just come in with my adhesive. So I'm going to merge them together, this to this and this to this. So if I do that, this is what I'll have. This will come to this. Okay, then this one I'll also merge it together. and put them together this way. All right, so that is the cape for you people. So when you are sewing this, if there is going to be a zipper, you turn this separately. You are going to turn this separately, but when you are sewing it, please, when you have finished joining your back, you know how we join our back, you have joined your seam line here for this, so that part is for this part. Make sure you notch this line on the cape. Okay, you turn with your lining, hairstay, turn with your lining. Make sure you stitch this cape on the seam line. This part has to be notched and placed on the seam line. Can you see? So by the time you turn it and turn with your lining, you are going to stitch all around, open it from the seam line, give it a good press, then sew it in to the neckline this way. Then you now go ahead and bring this one. Okay, this is for this. I'll take it off. Then by the time you have joined this one, you also notch this line and place the cape and sew right on the same line, so you can see that. So that is how we come to the end of this tutorial. So if you enjoyed this class, let me know on the comment section. And if you are new to this channel, please kindly subscribe, turn on your notification bell to receive videos like this every day. Like this video, share to family and friends, drop your comments on the comment section and your suggestions as well. Thank you for coming, and see you in the next class. Bye.